you'll find the truth.
Hello friends, I am Radu Hormuz, and this is New Consciousness Paradigm. In the previous video, we explored the idea of visualizations and how thoughts can be used to give reality and substance to imaginations and higher metaphysical concepts. Building on this, today I would like to explore an idea that may seem strange or hard to believe, but which nevertheless is a reality for many. This idea is the feeling of sensing energy within the body. To many, the idea of energy may have been compartmentalized into a certain belief system. To a physicist, energy is mass multiplied by the speed of light squared. To a biologist, energy is the release of chemicals through the processing by the mitochondria in order to sustain life and actuate the metabolism of the cells. We could go further with our examples, but as you can see, there can be many definitions of one concept. What we are concerned with at the moment is the pure, unfiltered, uncompartmentalized idea of energy. In its true metaphysical form, energy is what drives this continuous change which we are a part of and which we call existence. It is best not to focus on only one definition of energy, but rather what it evokes as concepts and feelings within your own mind. Nevertheless, when speaking about energy that can be felt within the body, we can refer to it by the name of life energy. What do we mean by this? Life energy is the totality of the processes of the body and the actual hidden mechanism by which all these processes function. In anthroposophy, this is what is called the etheric body or energy body. In Eastern philosophy and religion, this is known as chi energy or prana. All these terms point towards a common denominator, namely a fine and subtle portion of existence that inhabits and powers the physical, biological bodies we can see and observe. Through physical senses, we can perceive physical reality, but we know that physical reality is not the only one that exists or can be perceived. Behind the physical effects we can perceive with our bodily senses, there lie deeper causes which are not known to us immediately. As we've explored in the previous video, we can also know a world of concepts and ideas. Not only that, but through focused perception and belief of the reality of what is experienced, these ideas, concepts, and imagery can come forward from the mind. In this same way, sensing energy has much to do with how we define our reality and what we limit ourselves from understanding based on our belief systems. Therefore, sensing life energy or chi or prana has to do with three important principles which must become realities for us through our experience of them. The first is focus. Focus, in this context, is the idea of discipline or training. Focus is the ability to narrow our perception to only one aspect at a time, and also to stay with this aspect for as long as possible. Through focusing on the body and excluding from our perception anything that is not relevant to this task, we become more fine-tuned instruments of perception as we give all our attention to one task. The second principle is that of intent. Intent should not be confused with desire. What we mean by intent is the ability to place at the root of our consciousness a motive force, This motive force will then be the only thing we care about and give our attention to. This differs from focus in that rather than simply observing something, we produce the observable thing ourselves. However, both focus and intent must work together for us to be able to sense energy. Without paying attention to what we are doing, our mind would drift to other matters. And without making a clear intent, our desires would come in and take over our motive power. The third principle is that of belief. In the course of our history, the idea of belief has come to be known and associated with the idea of blind faith. This is not what we mean by belief. What is intended by belief, in this case, is the ability to not doubt the reality of the experience as it is being experienced. The intellect tries to compartmentalize and define all that we perceive in order to gain some level of control over it. However, the intellect is not all that we have access to with our minds. We also can use our intuition. Intuition and belief go hand in hand because the intuitive perception, the intuitive mind, does not exclude and break apart something in order to understand it. Through belief in the reality of the energy that we are perceiving in the body, we start experiencing the energy with greater and greater intensity, and this meshes with our intuitive perception of it. The more we try to sense this life energy with our intuitive mind rather than our intellectual mind, the greater the degree of the energy that we can sense. In a way, you could say belief powers the ability of the intuitive mind to sense. Like any sense or organ in the body, it has a purpose, and the more we explore the idea of sensing and moving life energy throughout the body, the more we will understand and benefit from this practice. This can also be used to alleviate pain and to calm the mind when we are high-strung or nervous. And finally, and this is something we will explore in a future video, it can be used to center ourselves and to help us keep a daily meditation practice. So, to be able to understand how to sense energy within the body, I would like to give you 2 exercises to help get you started. There are many things that could be tried, and the best practice of all is to begin doing it. But it's also good to have a real, experiential link to what we are doing. The first exercise is about focusing on one part of the body and sensing movement. So, for example, take your hand and hold your fingers into a fist. Now, focus on the muscles and the tendons as you extend out the fingers as far as they can go. Then, withdraw the fingers again into a fist and sense your muscles and tendons as you do this. Repeat this for as long as it takes to form within your mind a good idea of what the sensation of this movement feels like. When you have a good grasp on this feeling, stop moving your fingers and simply put your hand down to rest, so that you do not move it at all. With the hand at rest, remember what the movement of the expansion and contraction of the fingers felt like. With focused intent, feel the inside of your palm. Then, drawing a breath in and slowly breathing out, feel as this memory of movement once again goes through your hand and fingers. At first, it may be elusive, but with practice and through intuitive imaginations, you will be able to feel an energy going through your hand, and it will feel just like the movement of the muscles themselves. This is because the kinetic memory of what you were just performing with your hand remains like a dull echo in the back of your mind, and you can activate the sensation of the movement without actually doing it. In order to better feel energy within the body, a good element to focus on is your diaphragm. The diaphragm is the membrane that separates the torso from the abdomen and is located right under the lungs. It has an elastic, muscle-like quality, and for the most part, we do not become aware of it, but it is one of the most important elements of our breathing process. As the diaphragm contracts, the lungs are filled with air, and as it expands back, the lungs expel the air. As you may have guessed, the exercise consists in focusing on the diaphragm as we are breathing rhythmically. By rhythmic breathing, we mean taking the same amount of time to breathe in and to breathe out. You can start out at about 3 seconds and then increase the time to 4 or 5 seconds, whatever is comfortable. By drawing a breath in for 3 seconds, focus on the diaphragm moving down. Then, by exhaling for 3 seconds, focus on the diaphragm moving up. While still breathing, try to detach this feeling of movement from the breathing itself and focus only on the movement. With your intuitive mind, imagine this movement spreading throughout the whole body, slowly from the center of your body, from a point just below the heart. A better way to sense this is to do it yourself. So, for this next exercise, it is best to sit down or lay down and relax the body completely. While trying to keep your body still, close your eyes and begin by taking 3 deep breaths. With the first breath, relax the main muscles of the arms and legs. With the second breath, relax the muscles of the abdomen and the torso. And with the third breath, relax the backbone, neck, and the head. Visualize that all around you is made of a white, luminous cloud. As you breathe in, imagine that this white, luminous cloud of air enters your lungs. Then, as you breathe out, imagine that this luminous cloud remains within the body and begins spreading through the lungs and into the rest of the body. Breathing in, feel that more luminosity is entering your lungs. Then, breathing out, feel that your abdomen is becoming relaxed and filled with light. Taking another breath, feel that this luminous cloud is entering further into your body, into your shoulders and back, into your upper thighs and legs. As you breathe in, feel the body being filled with this energy. As you breathe out, feel this energy move into your upper arms and legs. It may not happen at first, but slowly, taking as many breaths as is necessary, fill your arms and legs with this energy that is entering through your breath. Then, reach down with your mind into your breath all the way into your hands and feet, your fingers and toes. When you are able to feel this energy and visualize this luminous cloud entering all the way into your hands and feet, start focusing the energy that is coming from your out-breath upwards into your neck. Breathing in, feel this energy consolidating. Breathing out, feel this energy rising through your neck and all the way up into your jaw and the back of the head. As you breathe in again, feel the energy beginning to relax your neck and head. As you breathe out, move this energy even further up, almost touching your brain. With another deep breath, push this energy all the way into your brain and feel as the mind relaxes. Stay in this state for as long as you need, and remember that there is not a set amount of breaths that will take you to this state, but that it is through focused intent and belief in the actions that you are performing that allows your body to relax and your intuitive mind to feel the energy that becomes apparent through the relaxation of the body. In order to bring yourself back out, simply break the rhythmic breathing and take one deep breath quicker than 3 seconds. As you begin moving your fingers and toes and all the rest of the muscles in the body, you may feel that there is a slight lethargy. This is because this technique is what the body uses by default to stop you from moving around in your sleep at night. It is what people term sleep paralysis. By taking direct control of the process of relaxing and stopping the body movement, you become aware of the subtle energy that actually performs this action. You become aware of the life energy body. There are many ways to achieve this goal. Tai Chi and yoga are only 2 examples of practices that exist worldwide that specialize in making the person aware of their subtle energy body and to enhance the energy that exists within the body. As mentioned before, this sensing of your energy body can have numerous beneficial effects. First, it can be used to relax the body and the mind in order to bring us to a state of peace, in which meditation becomes easier. Secondly, by focusing our mind on areas of the body that are in pain, we can alleviate pain by pushing with each out-breath positive, light-filled energy into those areas. Thirdly, it can be used to give yourself strength and power by focusing and increasing the amount of perceivable energy that is within the body. And lastly, it can be used as a means to expand our consciousness by allowing the concept of higher dimensional energy, stepping down to our level of reality, to become something perceivable and something we can actually influence. I would like to thank you for listening, and whether through these exercises you can actually feel something, or whether you cannot and would like more information or techniques, please leave your comments in the section below, and I look forward to explore the ideas and concepts in this video. And remember, accepting a definition of consciousness limits your perception of it. The more we explore and enhance our level of perception, the more we come to a better and more true inner knowing of what consciousness really is. Thank you, and have a great day.